Hey guys, in today's video we'll show you our top quality multi-time frame analysis that no one talks about. So stay tuned. But before we continue, we also want to note that we have a Telegram channel as well, where we post signals and other top quality educational content. So here's Euro-Dollar weekly time frame. And as you can see guys, we had a very interesting week with a lot of fundamentals were released. So as you can see, firstly we tested our monthly effective resistance right here with this week, and then price pulled back around 100 pips. And as you can see, a few notable items here. So first of all, we rejected our daily effective support right here, making it valid on the weekly time frame again. Secondly, we have this beautiful candle with the long wick rejecting our support zone, so we may expect a further trend continuation movement if it will be confirmed, since right now we have an unconfirmed bullish bias on the euro-dollar on the weekly time frame, because we want to see a clear higher high arrive from that level. Because guys, in the past we also had multiple rejections of that level right here. As you can see right here, we have a multiple rejection and then price pulled back, because even after this fresh uptrend, once we approach this level, this monthly effective level of resistance, price has stalled at this level, failed to break right through it, and as you can see, pulled back and stuck in the consolidation. So like we said, to confirm our bullish bias, we want to see a clear higher high right from the area where price currently is. Because guys, if price failed to break that level, that monthly effective level, we may experience even a trend change. But again, it's too early to discuss given a scenario. So with that being said, we have an unconfirmed bullish bias on the euro-dollar on the weekly time frame for the next week. So let's proceed down to the daily time frame and then to the 4-hour time frame to discuss some trade ideas that we will watch for. Before we continue guys, we also want to share with you our VIP group performance. As you can see, over 4,000 pips was made this week. This was mainly thanks to the gold trade and to the Nasdaq trade as well. But as you can see, we also have profits on the currencies as well. So if you want to join, link will be in the description and in the comments below. As always, our VIP community includes a trading program along with our top 3 strategies. Also, we post advanced setups every weekend and of course live signals. So all info in the description and in the comments below. Make sure to check if you are interested in. So with that being said, let's move back to our analysis. So here is daily time frame euro-dollar, and we have a few important implications right here as well. So first of all, as you can see, we have this weekly beautiful price action occurring during this week right here. So as you can see, after we tested our monthly effective resistance, price then pulled back and perfectly rejected the area where the daily effective support and the 50 EMA are lining up, and this is very perfect setup which confirms our bullish bias on the daily time frame. And the final implication that we can see right here is our ability to draw this ascending trend line right here, which will help us a lot on the lower time frames when we will go through our trade ideas. So with that being said, let's proceed down to the 4-hour time frame and then to the 1-hour time frame to see some scenarios for the coming week. So here's 4-hour time frame, and let's discuss the bearish scenario for the coming week. Because guys, of course, if price failed to break right to that level, right to this resistance, it may reverse at least to the daily effective level like it was this week. So we should take into account the bearish scenario as well. So first of all, the setup almost simple like it was in the past week. We can draw this trend line right here, and what we see a rising wedge. We want for price to be at this level to see a clear price action. If the price will break above, we will look for long trades, but if the price will fail to do that and we will had some rejections and then price broke the trend line and the 50 EMA, of course we could easily go into the short trade and target this daily effective level. So with that being said, let's move to the 1-hour time frame to discuss our bullish scenario for the coming week on the euro-dollar as well. So for the bullish scenario on the euro-dollar, we have the following. On Friday, the euro-dollar demonstrated a picture-perfect bullish entry here. So we have this pullback, we are able to draw this trend line, and as you can see, price beautifully broke the trend line and make a higher high. So this was an ideal entry. But again, looking for the next week, we may also find some trade entries even right now. So first of all, as you can see, we have this confluence area right here. We have multiple rejections right of that zone. As you can see, we have it right here, 2 rejections. Then it was rejected even right here. So as you can see, we have rejections right here, and price stalled at this area right now. So if we see a clear breakout right of that area and a clear higher high arrive from that level, we may easily go into the long trade, targeting our monthly effective resistance and placing our stop loss somewhere right here, placing it well below the 50 EMA as well. So with that being said, let's move to the pound dollar. So here's pound dollar weekly time frame, and as you can see we have the opposite picture like it was in the euro dollar. And actually this negative correlation is something new and caused by the enormous volatility in the markets right now. So as you can see we have a long week rejection of our monthly effective level right here, because price at the start of the week proceeded well above that level, but failed to maintain above it and dropped back right to the consolidation range between the weekly effective support and the monthly effective resistance. So with that being said, we cannot say about the 100% bullish or bearish bias on the weekly time frame. So let's go down to the lower time frames and we'll discuss multiple scenarios for the coming week. So here's pound dollar daily, and on the one hand nothing literally changed, and the price still is making higher highs right here and higher lows again right here. But on the other hand we have a momentum candle breaking right to the effective monthly support, which now turns into resistance, and then price closed well below. So again, indecision bias, because we want to see a clear price action right at this level to confirm our directional bias. So with that being said, let's move to the lower time frames to discuss our trade ideas for the coming week on the pound dollar. So pound dollar for our time frame, and let's start with the bearish scenario. So first of all, we are able to draw this trend line. Let's do this right here. So we have our trend line, which starts on the November 2 middle term trend line. And guys, right now at the moment we can talk about the lower high right here, which can be considered as a momentum loss. But again, it's actually talking to us nothing, and we as always need to see a confirmation. So if the price will be able to break the trend line and the 50 EMA, our bearish bias will be confirmed, and we could easily go into the short trade, placing our stop loss somewhere right here above the monthly level and targeting this daily effective level. Let's move to the 1 hour time frame to discuss bullish scenario. So here's 1 hour time frame, and as you can see right here, price started to break above the monthly effective level, and then we experience some price choppiness. So with that being said, to enter into the long trade, we want to see a clear higher high right from that level. So we want to see a clear break of that level and then higher high. So our confirmation may come through the following. So first of all, we have a minor structure level right here. Again, it was respected by both sides, from the sellers and buyers. So you can see right here and right here. And if the price will be able to break right through that level, our fresh bullish momentum will be actually confirmed, and we may easily go into the long trade, targeting at least the recent swing highs. So with that being said, let's move on. So here's dollar CAD weekly time frame, and as you can see, price did exactly what we expect past week. So price rejected our 1.30 price level, which is very valid on the weekly time frame, with this long week, and then pulled back up. But again, we still have no reason to talk about the trend change. So with that being said, we again have an indecision bias for the coming week, and we'll monitor the price action once the markets will open on Monday. So let's go down to the daily. So here's daily, and on the one hand we rejected this level and pulled back from it, but on the other hand we are still in the downtrend as price is making lower lows and lower highs. And what is more interesting, we're even able to draw this falling channel right here. So this is our upper trend line, and this is our lower trend line as well. Of course, it's imperfect, but anyway, it extra confirms that we are in a downtrend right now. And like we said, to see some confirmation in terms of bullish momentum, we want to see at least the breakout of the 50 EMA and on the daily effective resistance right here. So let's move to the 4 hour time frame. So here's 4 hour time frame, and we actually have the very simple setups on the USDCAD for the coming week. So first of all, let's discuss our bullish scenario for the dollar CAD. First, let's draw this trend line right here, and we can see the following. And if the price will be able to break right to the trend line and to make a clear higher high, meaning closed above that level, we may easily jump into the long trade, first of all targeting this daily effective resistance. But on the other hand, if price failed to do that, we again may draw this trend line, this tight trend line right here, and if the price will break it along with the 50 EMA, we again may go into the short trade, targeting this 1.30 price level and placing the stop loss right above the recent swing high. So with that being said, let's move on. So here's gold weekly time frame, And as you can see, price failed to break right through the weekly level and then go down drastically, even breaking right through the monthly effective support right here. But in the recent 2 weeks, price disregarded this level, rising and falling right through it without any price action. So for now we may focus on this level only on the lower time frames. But anyway guys, gold stalled in the consolidation range, because as you can see, for a confirmation of bullish buys we want to see a higher high and the same along the bottom. To confirm that our downtrend is currently starting, we want to see a clear new low right from that level, because as you can see, price multiple times rejects our minor support structure and this weekly level, failing to show with a clear trend and stuck in that consolidation range. Let's go down to the daily. So here's daily, and we actually have nothing to add fundamentally to our buys on this time frame, since we have a clear consolidation right here. So let's immediately proceed to the 4-hour time frame to discuss our trade ideas. So guys, here's 4-hour time frame, and a very easy trade setups presented itself on the gold once market closed. So first of all, to discuss the bearish scenario, let's do the following. So we are able to draw this minor structure level right here, again which was respected in the recent past by both sides. So we even may extend it right here to see that this is a very valid structure level. And again we may draw a trend line right here. So if the price will be able to break this area of high confidence where our structure and trend line are lining up, we may go into the short trade targeting the recent lows at least. But on the other hand, price may proceed up as well. So to confirm that, we again may draw this trend line right here, a beautiful inverse trend line which was disregarded during this momentum break. So we don't take into account that momentum candle, as it was caused by fundamentals and this trend line is still valid. So as you can see, again very easy setup. If the price will be able to break this trend line and the 50 EMA on the 4-hour time frame, we may go long, targeting at least this monthly effective resistance right here. So here's US oil and some notable implications on the weekly time frame. As you can see, price backed on the consolidation range between weekly levels right here. And another notable item in terms of even bearish buys, we have the long week rejections of the weekly effective resistance, the 50 EMA and the 0.618 Fibonacci level. So with that being said, we have 3 confluence factors in terms of bearish buys on the US oil for the coming week. But anyway, let's go down to the lower time frames to discuss trade scenarios as well. So here's 4-hour time frame, and again we could see a picture perfect and very easy setups on the US oil for the coming week. So first of all, in terms of bearish momentum, we may draw this trend line, this picture perfect trend line right here. And if we see a clear break of the trend line and of the 50 EMA, we can easily go short and target at least this weekly level. On the opposite side, we could drop this trend line right here. And guys, notice that our medium-term trend is bullish, because we make a clear higher highs and higher lows. And as you can see right now, price beautifully pulling back, and we may go into the trend following trade. So we drop this trend line, and if the price will be able to break right through it, we can easily initiate a long trade and again target first of all the recent high and then the weekly effective level. And once price reaches that level, feel free to take your stop loss into break even or into some profit, and easily watch the price action right at this level, since price may break right above it, giving you even more profits. So guys, thanks for watching. Press the like button, leave the comment below what you think about this analysis, what pairs you trade for the coming week. Consider to join VIP as well. All info in the description and in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you the next week.